got people that are resentful towards her. But not, she is really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents.
To be clear, Caitlin Clark is being fouled at a record rate. Some of them are brutal fouls, and a lot of the refs are looking the other way.
Fortunately, it's creating a textbook hostile work environment for Caitlin Clark. And under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, the federal government does have an ability to engage.
You got people who are resentful toward her, but it's not really about Caitlin Clark. It's about what she represents. Tonight, we expose the shocking ultimatum that pushed the WNBA's biggest star to the breaking point. After months of brutal fouls, zero protection from referees, and open hostility from rivals, Caitlin Clark is out for the season. This isn't just sports politics. This is a civil rights time bomb waiting to explode, and federal investigators are already circling. From record-breaking ticket sales to the biggest media storm the WNBA has ever seen, the league's golden goose has been left battered and silenced. But now, she's breaking that silence.
But despite all that success that she's immediately had, the league has basically looked the other way as she's been targeted on a weekly basis.
When Caitlin Clark exploded onto the scene with the Indiana fever, the WNBA saw a level of attention it had never dreamed of. League app engagement skyrocketed by over 6,300%. Subscriptions surged by 366%. Merchandise sales jumped 610%, mostly Clark jerseys. The Fever's franchise value tripled. She wasn't just a rookie, she was the face, the cash cow, the game changer. But while fans were lining up to watch history, inside the league, not everyone was celebrating. The success of a white rookie, instantly outshining three-time MVP Aya Wilson, created a silent panic. Politics, egos, and resentment were already brewing beneath the surface.
Okay, because she's brilliant. Right? That's why she's wreaking havoc. Because she is so...
Clark never asked for the drama. She just played her game. But once her face dominated every highlight reel, the backlash hit. This wasn't friendly competition. It was personal. In her rookie season alone, Clark absorbed 17% of all flagrant and hard fouls in the entire WNBA. One player, taking nearly a fifth of the league's most dangerous hits. That's more than double the next closest player. These weren't accidental bumps. They were mid-air collisions, blindside shoulder checks, fouls you'd expect in rugby, not basketball. And the referees? Viral clips show them standing by like spectators. Not one player was suspended for targeting her. Not one.
Tension about Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark has had a seismic impact on the WNBA ever since she first joined. Merchandise sales.
Then came the moment that pushed this controversy into national headlines. Aya Wilson, three-time MVP, saying publicly, "Race is a huge thing. It boils my blood when people say it's not." For many veteran black players, Clark's instant endorsements, media love, and Olympic-level attention were a reminder of opportunities they'd been denied for years. The resentment was real. But instead of being addressed with dialogue or policy, it spilled onto the court in the form of elbows, hard fouls, and unspoken instructions to let them play. Whether intentional or not, this created a textbook hostile work environment under federal law.
Right after she was drafted and heading into her rookie year, A'ja Wilson, who is a three-time MVP of the league, she's won the championship for the Las Vegas Aces, she came out and addressed the attention that Caitlin Clark...
Under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, a hostile work environment doesn't require racial slurs. Repeated unsafe treatment and negligence are enough. Clark's case checks every box. Two landmark cases, Harris versus Forklift Systems and Tossenbury versus Texas Department of Community Affairs, set the precedent that once unequal treatment is proven, the burden shifts to the employer. And now, federal agencies are taking notice. The Department of Justice, the Labor Department, and members of Congress are demanding answers. Senator Jim Banks has already sent a formal letter to WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, not asking politely, but demanding explanations for why the league's biggest star was left unprotected.
He is taking on harder fouls and at a higher rate than any of her peers. So it turns out that in her rookie season, she absorbed 17% of all flagrant fouls, or hard fouls.
As if the constant on-court targeting wasn't enough, Clark was hit with another blow. She was left off the USA Olympic roster. This is the same player single-handedly driving WNBA viewership, the top ticket seller in the league. The numbers don't lie. Clark shattered All-Star fan voting records with 1.29 million votes. Yet, on the player ballot, she ranked just 9th among guards. The message was clear. Inside the league, popularity with fans doesn't guarantee respect among peers. And fans noticed. The All-Star Game saw its ratings collapse by 55%, because when Clark's not there, the fans aren't either.
But I'm trying to say that it's not about race. And so, unfortunately, it seems like there's a lot of commentary that's being made by players when they're on camera and they know reporters are watching.
Even her own teammate, Sophie Cunningham, couldn't stay silent. She told reporters flat out, the star player of the league is not being protected. When criticism comes from inside your own locker room, you know the problem has reached crisis level. Clark herself has echoed it. They get away with things they wouldn't do to others. That's from the player living it, not a fan conspiracy. She's been elbowed, slammed, shoved, often in front of officials who just watch. This isn't just poor officiating. It's a pattern, and it's breaking the league's most valuable star. The fallout didn't stop at the court. Fans began voicing outrage online, with hashtags like #ProtectClark trending nationwide. Sponsors are uneasy too. Why pour millions into a league that can't protect its own star? Merchandise sales that were once climbing are now plateauing. Even casual viewers, the ones who only tuned in for Clark, are disappearing. The WNBA's growth, built on her back, is now at risk of collapsing as quickly as it rose. And still, the silence from league leadership is deafening. Finally, Caitlin Clark broke her silence. Calm, measured, but unmistakably frustrated, she said, I just want to play basketball. But you can't do that when you're not protected. No drama. No finger-pointing. Just the truth. For months, she took the hits quietly, focusing on the game. Now, with a season-ending injury and the league's credibility in question, her words carry the weight of someone who's been pushed too far. And she's not the only one speaking. Lawyers, politicians, and former players are now demanding accountability. Some analysts say Clark has done for the WNBA what Michael Jordan did for the NBA, bring in a new generation of fans, sponsors, and media. But instead of protecting that investment, the league allowed her to be targeted. This isn't just a player safety issue. It's a business failure, a PR disaster, and a potential legal nightmare. And if the federal investigations move forward, the WNBA could be forced to answer not just to fans, but to the US government. Adding fuel to the fire, leaked internal chatter suggests referees were told to let them play, even if it meant Clark took harder hits. If true, this isn't negligence, it's deliberate. That's the kind of evidence that can turn a civil rights complaint into a full-blown federal case. Think about it, your most marketable athlete, worth millions in revenue, and the strategy is to look away? It's almost unthinkable. Almost. Senator Jim Banks' letter to the commissioner wasn't subtle. He accused the WNBA of failing in its duty to protect players and hinted at federal oversight if nothing changes. This isn't just sports politics anymore. It's legal, financial, and cultural, all at once. And the longer the league stays silent, the louder these calls for accountability will become. Caitlin Clark came to the WNBA to play basketball, not to become the center of a legal and cultural storm. But here we are, the league's most transformative star, sidelined, silenced, and now speaking out. The question isn't just whether she'll return stronger next season. It's whether the WNBA will survive the storm it created. Because if this hostile environment claim gains legal traction, the cost won't just be measured in dollars, but in the trust of every player and fan. We'll be watching, and so should you.